Could we have roll call?
Al? Terry? Michelle? Kate?
Here.
Gladys?
Here.
Mary?
Absent.
Lauren?
Absent.
Juanita?
Here.
Rich?
Absent.
Julie?
Here.
And I'm here.
Okay, thank you. We're not going to do recognition, right? No. Okay, move on down. Public participation.
The board welcomes public participation and asks that speakers please limit their comments to 3 minutes. Speakers may offer objective comments of school operations and programs that concern them. The board will not permit any expression of personal complaints or defamatory comments about Board of Education personnel and students, nor against any person connected with the Danbury Public School System.
Do we have any speakers tonight? Seeing none, we move on down the agenda. Michelle, would you do the consent calendar?
Motion that the Board of Education approve consent calendar exhibits 25 through 147 through 25 to 149 in accordance with.
Motion made by Michelle. Could I hear a second to the motion?
Second.
Seconded by Louisa. All in favor? Aye. No educational staff members coming before the board tonight? No? Okay, thank you. We move on down. No students? Okay. 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 Okay, thank you. Okay, you want to do your next is superintendent report.
Okay. This may be a record, this meeting. We're breezing right through. Good evening, everyone. So we had originally scheduled to have a curriculum committee meeting just before this particular meeting. But because there was not a lot of folks that were going to be present tonight, we decided to roll that forward until after the holidays so that we have full attendance, because we'll be going over our accountability index and going over our data sets and what we know, and having a little discussion about where our improvement efforts need to lie. I'm happy to report, though, even though we're not going to be getting into the accountability index tonight, that we are up 2.5 percentage points over last year, which is a good sign. And so there is positive trend in our growth. We're moving in the right direction. We have a lot of areas that we still need a lot of work, but when we get back from the break and we have a full board, we'll review that data with this group. But some promising results there, and definitely some areas to continue for continued growth. We have some board membership changes that we would like to just make sure that everyone's aware that. First, we'll congratulate the reelection of Al Almeida, Rich Janelli, and Louisa Britton. So congratulations on your reelection to the board. And I'd like to thank outgoing members Michelle Coelho, Teresa Buzaid, and Julie Milano. A lot of times when board members take on the service of the board, they don't quite realize what the commitment is going to be, how the community will forever be knocking on your door for things that they need and messages to communicate. And it's a huge responsibility, and one that we all take very seriously. And please know that, we thank you for your service to date. We thank you for being a public servant in Danbury and on behalf of kids. We know that folks like you, your service doesn't stop because you're no longer serving on the board. I know you'll continue to be active on our behalf, and I feel good that you know what our work is here and what our needs are, and I hope that you continue to connect with our community and help us out from time to time. You're always welcome to come back and keep us abreast of how you've been staying active. But we thank you for your service, and we hope all of our paths cross in the future. So thank you very much. On behalf of the board, we have something for Teresa, but she's not here tonight, so we left it up in the office, but this is from Michelle. You're welcome. And just a little something
Julie.
for Julie. We've all been through some pretty tough couple of years, so it's been a ride. Oh, yes.
As, I don't want to like cut in between the superintendent, but as a board chair, Julie, I have enjoyed working with you, and I know I will see you again, and we will work together again. Michelle, I have enjoyed working with you. Your smile and your action, thank you for serving. And, you know, all the time we didn't agree, but we came out making the best decision for the students of Danbury. Okay? Teresa, she's not here. She's visiting her family. I enjoyed working with her too. She brought a lot of understanding to me, and I had to question some of the things that she did, but we all made the best decision for the district. So I just want to thank you all for working with her. Okay?
Thank you. Okay. And with that, we'd also like to welcome our new board members. So we have Cindy Henry, Sean Ratchford, and Sherry LeBlanc, who all happen to be present tonight, which is wonderful. We look forward to working with you. And again, thank you for agreeing to volunteer to serve our students in our community. So thank you for being here tonight. All right. Let's dovetail a little bit into the CAPE convention because we had, oh, I'm so sorry.
I think I was supposed to go before I didn't realize where we were, sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem, hon. Do you want to do student? Okay.
Sure.
Come on up. Sorry.
No, I apologize.
That's okay.
So just to reintroduce myself, I'm the treasurer for the Board of Governors this year. I'm Amelia Schweitzer. So our November update, we just had our senior pep rally, which was very successful. We had a blackout neon theme. The students were very engaged. The only true downfall was that we could have had like a better sound system to engage the students just a tad bit more and keep more of a flow throughout the block. For football, we made it to states for the first time in 22 years, and they have their last regular season game on Wednesday. The marching band won states and placed 7th in nationals. Mr. Purdy, one of our PE teachers, won the Golf Coach of the Year award. The spring musicale was cast for Jesus Christ Superstar and will be performed on April 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Parent-teacher conferences are this week, both today and tomorrow, which leads to our early dismissals. Student ambassadors have been elected, and the field trips are starting, so that includes going to colleges and kind of seeing what their career could look like in the future. Club photos were taken for all clubs on Saturday, November 15th. The SAT Prep Academy is starting shortly. Peer Leadership hosted a fall festival, which was very successful. And lastly, winter sports are starting up, and coach contacts were sent out on Parent Square and are on our website.
Great, thank you. A lot of good things happening at Danbury High School right now. Thank you. To dovetail back on talking about our board member, our membership, I'd like to talk a little bit about the CAPE Convention, where we just had an opportunity to spend some time. It was wonderful to have an opportunity to hear some messaging about transformation work, about the state of Connecticut and where education and the landscape of education is heading. We were able to hear some keynote speakers, in particular, former Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona spoke for quite a while on workforce readiness, changing the paradigm of education and leading transformational work and what that takes. And Danbury got a nice shout out for a moment with some of the work that we're doing, which was nice to get a little recognition there. But more importantly, there was unification around the messaging and an understanding I think that was shared between superintendent and some of the board members that were there, and it was a good moment for me anyways, to be in the same room and to be hearing some of our new board members who attended, which was phenomenal. We've never done that before, where we had new incoming board members attend the CABE convention, which I think we should have precedence in that as we move forward, because it was a great way to unite around some shared vision. So I don't know if anybody else has any reflections from the sessions or the work, but it was a nice experience. I enjoyed myself, so.
We hope this section and the board members that attended the convention, that we'll be able in January to finalize our reports and the conventions, these different workshops that you attended, and what came out of some of the workshops that you attended. So we look forward to that happening in January. So, okay.
Yep. And just the folks who attended was, we had Juanita, Board Chair Cooper, Kate, Al, Sherry, Mike Seelig was also in attendance, and Sean. Did I get everybody? Okay, great. And thank you for taking your time. I thought I said Sherry. Okay, I'm sorry, Sherry. But it was great that you took time out of your busy lives to attend. Cause update, that's very similar to the last time that we were here. The cause, which is the Connecticut Association of Urban Superintendents, are working very hard on legislative advocacy around the increased projection of where the Alliance Grant needs to kind of position the Alliance Grant and legislation around increasing the funding source for that. So, I'm sorry, not the source, but the funding. So the Alliance Grant, as you know, caps out this year. This is the last roll-up of ECS. After this year, there'll be no more increases unless it's legislatively changed to include some type of inflationary measure. So we're working hard on that. That is a concern of ours, and that is a group that is kind of leading some of the advocacy on that. And we'll give you some updates when we get more and when we put forth our documents to our local legislation. Alliance monitoring, so as you know, we are an Alliance district, and a couple times a year we undergo a monitoring visit from the state, and in preparation from that, central office teams gather data and information that the state is looking for with regard to our performance data, interim data measures, and basically how we are using our Alliance funding and what the return on investment is. And so we are held accountable several times a year to work with the state for those meetings, and we engage with them. They've changed the process up a little bit this coming year, so that we're only going to be meeting in March and again in June outside of any kind of online work that we do with them. So the first meeting will be March 9th. They'll be coming to Rogers Park Middle School. They'll do instructional rounds with us as a team, and we'll get to see classrooms. They'll get a sense of our district, how instruction is playing out, and they'll understand the needs of our district by being in the field and on the street with us as opposed to being in an office. So we think that that's a refreshing change, and we'll do that 2 more times over the course of the year, and then we'll provide the board with an update as to how that monitoring visit went. And that's all I have under the superintendent's report. It's a relatively short agenda today, and just some action items coming up. Yep. Any questions from the board members?
You know, at CABE, we had a young lady from Mohegan Tribe that talked about providing grants, different types of grants, to school boards. I would recommend if the team can look at the website. I glanced at the website quickly, and they have approximately 6 different type of grants to give out to education in Connecticut. If we can tap into it, it's money in our pockets that we don't have. But one other thing she also pushed out, which is, you know, it's relevant to our American history, which is American Indian history. And they do provide, you know, free bus transportation. They provide lunch, overall to get our students up there and visit some of the history of the American Indian or Mohegan, and I forgot what the other tribe name was. But anyway, I think there's something we should look into and look forward to. Thank you.
Thank you.
We move on down to, are there any standing committees that would like to bring some information at this time at the board meeting? Yes, Louisa?
We had our Sites and Facilities meeting last week, and we had, Dr. Seelig was sharing some great information, both on possible uses for our old building, our old home, and also for Reach and Endeavor. And if any board members who were unable to attend, reach out to us so we can get the information to you, because there was a lot of good information on the work that's starting, conversations that are beginning to find a home for Reach Endeavor and for the adult education.
Thank you, Louisa. Kate, do you have anything to report?
I have no updates at this time. Just a reminder that the next policy meeting is January 7th, and the next community relations meeting is January 28th.
Okay. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you.
Mr. Janelli is not here for the Finance Committee. Would our Finance Director have anything to add or mention tonight concerning our finances?
Just a piece of good information. We were able to, last week, have our meeting at City Hall, completing our 2024 audit. So we're one step closer to being on time. We anticipate the next audit, which will be for the fiscal year 25, to be kicking off in a few weeks.
Thank you, thank you. And you and Mr. Janelli are still communicating with each other? Okay, thank you. Okay. Any other comments concerning any of our committees? No? Okay, we move on down to action item. Kate, could you do action item A, please?
Thanks, Juanita. I'll make a motion that the Board of Education accept for second reading and adopt policy 5141.4, reporting of child abuse, neglect, and sexual assault as recommended by the Policy Committee and in accordance with Exhibit 25-150.
Kate made the motion. Could I hear a second to the motion by Al? Any questions? Shouldn't be any question. The minutes are in our package. Seeing none, all in favor of the motion, could I hear aye? Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, motion so carried. Okay. Julie, could you do action item B?
Motion that the Board of Education accept for second reading and adopt policy 5145.15, directory information, as recommended by the Policy Committee and in accordance with 25-151.
Thank you, Julie. Motion made by Julie, seconded by Michelle. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor, could I hear aye? Aye. Opposed? Aye. Motion so carried. Harris, could you do action item C?
Motion that the Board of Education accept for second reading and adopt policy 5145.42, discrimination, as recommended by the Policy Committee and in accordance with Exhibit 25-152.
Motion made by Juanita. Could I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Kate. Any question concerning the policy? Seeing none, all in favor, could I hear aye?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion so carried. Al, could you do motion D?
I make the motion that the Board of Education accept the second reading and adopt policy 5145.5, exploitation, sexual harassment, as recommended by Policy Committee in accordance with Exhibit 25-153.
Motion made by Al. Could I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Louisa. Any question concerning the policy? Seeing none, all in favor, could I hear aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion so carried. Louisa, could you do E?
I make a motion that the Board of Education accept the October 2025 financial report, which includes the 2025 to 2026 Alliance budget allocations as recommended by the Finance Committee and in accordance with 25-154.
Motion made by Louisa. Could I hear a second? Seconded by Juanita. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion? Aye. Opposed? Motion so carried. Michelle, could you do our final motion?
2025-2026 Superintendent District Goals. Motion that the Board of Education approve the 2025 through 2026 Superintendent District Goals in accordance with 25-155.
Thank you, Michelle. Motion made by Michelle. Could I hear a second to that? Seconded by Al. The minutes and the material that you need is in your package. So we anticipate everybody have read the information that's in their package, so we won't have to go back and forth to our meeting. All in favor of the motion, could I hear aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Motion so carried. Thank you very much. Okay, move on down. Superintendent, you have anything else to add? Okay. Okay, board chairperson report, which is very short. We talked about going to the Bushnell Theater on the 2nd. Do you have that finalized and you need to talk?
Sure. Let me just, let me get that paper. That's okay. I'm just going to pull it out to make sure I have all the information for you.
So if anybody wanted to go.
Yeah. Oh, that's from the last week.
December the 2nd.
So the Connecticut Teacher of the Year event is held at the Bushnell. It's on December 2nd, so all board members and actually anyone in the community is able to attend. I'll be up there rather early, but the program starts at 5 o'clock. So if you'd like to attend, I'd get a seat for 5 o'clock. And the more the merrier, and we will be there in support of Brian. I'll be presenting Brian, but plenty of seats for all who want to come.
Okay. Okay. All our committees and chairpersons will be lined up, and we hope that we can do that probably the second week in December, because I think it's very important that we get started. When we come in January, we know which committee is assigned to who. So that's the only thing that I have. I hope that everybody have a safe and wonderful Thanksgiving and enjoy your family. Yes, Juanita?
At our last meeting, Carrie, you were able to give us the 25-26 Alliance budget allocations.
Yeah.
Would you be able to do the same thing for the priority allocations?
Yes, I could do that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Al?
I just want to say, Ms. Cooper, thank you for your leadership in the last 2 years as a chairperson. I personally learned a lot from it, and again, thank you for your service to our public education and to our children, for everything which you do. Thank you.
And thank you, Al. Thank you. I need a motion to adjourn. I make a motion to adjourn. Thank you, Al. All in favor? Aye. Have a good holiday.